People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Rally Cry Collegiate Series, and I am a very lucky boy indeed. My name is Relic, and I just so happen to be joined by all the handsome men in the land of the United States of America. I'm joined by Pyro J today. After, of course, a wonderful stint from Vodable, we've got ourselves great action upcoming, but Pyro, I want to know how you're doing, how you're feeling.
Feeling great. You know, I kind of slid my way into this broadcast the same way that Oakland have been slipping and sliding between different tournaments, right? They're over at a land that I was casting for. So I've gotten to see enough of Whale, the Sonic Boom, and Peep, the recent high school star turned collegiate. And I'm so looking forward to seeing what they can bring to Boise State, to see who makes top 3 here, Relic, of this incredible run of the Rally Cry Collegiate Series. I mean, I saw Boise in their lower bracket run. I'm seeing what Oakland is doing. Now they're clashing. I mean, couldn't ask for better.
Really couldn't. Oakland in the form of their lives right now, as you rightly point out. Their most recent matchup of 4, it's just a simple 4-0 sweep over Southern Miss Coca-Cola. Not too shabby at all. Boise State, eyebrows raised. They look at Pescados, maybe the cat amongst the pigeons, and this wonderful flock of birds, the top 6 that we started with today. And yet Pescados able to pick up a game against Boise State. Now, Boise State going into today, we're thinking, sure, I mean, look, they got sent down to the lower bracket. So unfortunate to be paired up against Maryville of all teams, but they've done incredibly well to get to this point. But with Oakland in the form that they have been in, Pyro, I mean, I don't even think this is anywhere close to sweep territory, personally. I'm thinking at the very least game 5, game 6. Best case scenario, of course, is game number 7. I'm sure Oakland would take that 100% before this series starts.
All I gotta say is if we get a game 7, we better play the game 7, Relic. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, I'll leave it at that. The funny thing is about all this is that I believe we have our top 4 situated, and now, we're all in the prize pool here from what I can see. Third and fourth place both receiving $750. You got 1.5K to second and 3K for first. So, I mean, there is so much on the line here to get this win and then to carry it through even farther, taking on a potential Maryville University who just lost that close bout in the upper finals. Maybe they're a little wounded. Maybe now's the right time to strike and to get to that grand final, Relic. So, 2 beasts clashing together. It's the Titan fest here between Boise and Oakland. I am stoked for it, especially because you have Boise, a team that is touting themselves as potential best in the West, right? They've been that standard for the Collegiate, especially adding Preston and Woozy to this roster of Durtho, who used to be the freshman star, now he's a sophomore spectacular superstar. So I'm ready, Relic. I'm so excited for this match.
They got the big B, but it was an S-tier performance in the 1 week that we did see them in league play. They arrived, they took the 100 points for a bracket win, and then they just didn't turn up again. That was, of course, until the tiebreaker series between themselves and Oklahoma Christian, the rivalry between those two in recent memory, well documented prior. Boise State very much with the 1-up over Oklahoma Christian, 3-0 in that rare best of 5 tiebreaker. Very strange, isn't it, that we have a tiebreaker that's best of 5, smaller than any other series in the Rally Cry Collegiate Series, but that's all in the past now. It might very well be their future if they do make it to the grand finals, though. I'm sure they'll be eyeing that up with glee. They do have Oakland University ahead of them right now, Pyro, and again, their defensive performance was to be commended. It's an incredible effort from them to get to this point. Do they have something within them to overtake one of the Rally Cry Collegiate Series favorites?
What has got to be in store for these 2 teams? You think it's obviously talent, but it might be a story of momentum here too, Relic. You look at the lower bracket run that Boise State have done, and that's great. Well, you also look at what Oakland have done in terms of their land performance adjacent to this, in terms of the shots that they're firing away early on in this game, in terms of that in-person chemistry that they've got. It's all in favor so far for them.
Relentless start from Oakland University, and it's the usual anchor, Sonic Boom, moving up and finding great accuracy on that shot, great power too. Boise State really not even given a chance to breathe in this game thus far, but immediate response! Woozy to Preston, 1-1 within seconds.
Oh, we talked about keeping our eyebrows up. You better keep your eyes peeled for chances like this. You do your best to jump in the center of the goal, but that's your best prayer against a Woozy Preston combination.
I praise the defense, and the defense has immediately cracked for Oakland University. There's been better looks, but there will most certainly be better times in this series, I'm sure, as well. Game 1 shenanigans, it's just the beginning, folks, and Peep is looking to again change this narrative, but that goes over the top of the goal mouth again for Sonic Boom, and this is really high pressing from Whale as well to intercept. No good setup for Preston either, but the quick transition, Sonic Boom on target, that's a goal. It's not. Boise State breathe a sigh of relief.
Yeah, this is interesting because I think it's going to come down to execution here. Normally it comes down to team play, but we're seeing passing plays come to the fruition of every maneuver on the attack. There was a team play and the passing combination on the counterattack of Boise, and then the same for Oakland. They're great at finding each other. Some of the shots have been just a miss. We'll see who fine-tunes them first.
Whale. No one in the middle except a wave of blue. Woozies beaten out by Peep, but got support here from Durfo. Lift over to Sonic Boom. Not over Whale. Good interception. Peep. It's Preston backboard. A good read from Whale, but it's sideways, not forward. To Sonic Boom again from a standing start. Demo backline. Durfo readjustment. Did so well to get the shot away, but it was a whisker wide.
Power slide is my favorite mechanic in this game. It can make your car look like you're on ice skates, just gliding across the field. But Durtho, the angle, unfound. The goal from Durtho again, unfound. Oakland University, one way or another, keep this game tied up.
No. Boise State bringing a sledgehammer, and somehow it's the slowest shot of them all that sneaks through the letterbox.
Break this one down. Just try. Peep gets bumped almost into the save, but everybody racing back to the goal line. But the ball wins that race. Boise State up ahead.
First time in the lead in this series. Weird to say that, but it might be about to get bigger. Lovely challenge from Durfo. Preston. Not quite the look he was feeling, but oh, you know what? It's still dangerous as Woozy strikes. Save from Whale. Preston with the setup. Infield. Ping pong. Woozy. There is the Venom. 3-1.
There's the room to breathe here. If you're Oakland University, there's nowhere to go. They're suffocated on their own goal line. They're stepping on each other's toes. Spacing needs provided for Oakland. Otherwise, they're going to be down under the hammer.
That wave of blue, it is turned into the proverbial ocean, and Oakland University are drowning. He needed a bit more momentum on the ball, my dude. Good idea, not great execution, and it comes back to that point exactly that you mentioned, Pyro. Oakland University with some really nice looks here and there, but so far it's Boise State who have those 3 goals well deserved. 2 minutes left.
Like getting a shower thought, but then forgetting it afterwards. The ideas are great, but you gotta write it down. You gotta make sure you can execute. And if you want somebody to implement exceptional form, look at Preston.
Yeah, little loosey-goosey from Peep, and Preston ain't gonna look at that twice and not think there's a goal opportunity in this. The goal lead opens up to 3. Oakland University falling to the ocean's bottom. Of course, still plenty of time in this series, don't get me wrong, but on all of the minds of these players, Pyro, they're going to be thinking, this is my last chance in the Rally Cry Collegiate series. At the end of this series, one of us is going home.
And that bottom of the ocean, it's a quiet but dangerous and scary place to be. That's the quiet, too quiet. And it's been very silent for Oakland University in getting these shots and goals to go. Punching up the numbers against a 4-point turnout from Boise State already is going to be difficult, especially as Woozy dominates their own backboard. And how about this clear? Flip reset, pass to Durtho, the counterattack, good for another.
That opening Tysonic boom goal seems so far away. Lovely caress to Durtho. Back of the net. Oakland University, I think I can kind of see what they're trying to do. They're playing with a little more reckless abandon because they feel like that's the only way to open up the Boise State defense. But Pyro, they're playing against their own nature. They're playing against what made them so successful in the Southern Miss series. This scoreline is getting very ugly.
This is where you start DMing the admins and say, are we allowed to forfeit? Are we allowed to move? Not the match, by the way, not the series, just to the next game, right? You want to move on. You just got dunked. You just got posterized. You saw that shot taker just sit there in the middle of the field and accept that situation. That's rough, that's tough. You got to kick off the dust, though, and get back on your feet if you're Oakland University. There's a minute left of gameplay to figure out what the solution is going to be against Boise.
At this point for Oakland, just don't concede again. Best case scenario, score a consolation goal. Maybe score the last goal in the game, but Boise State, they don't want that, do they? They are merciless. They are looking every bit the part of the star players in this especially lower side of the bracket. Whale denied. Whale denied again. Their backball defense has been sublime from Boise, and Preston with flip resets galore. Durtho now in field. He sees all three players in front of him, again going for flip reset. It's practically free training out here.
A little bit like that. Free play, but with extra factors. A little bit added here. But, oh my. Oakland University. Their deficit just multiplies as we continue. Each second on 6-1. Is it enough for Boise? Looks like it will be. Peep. Yeah, he's done. And move on. Game number 2. Best of 7 here, folks, is going to start off just right for our boys of Boise and Blue.
And we didn't quite take the trip to a beach in Rio. We weren't quite sipping on our Guaraná. We weren't saying Bem-vindo to Brazil. But nevertheless, when you beat any Rocket League team by 5, you got to be feeling pretty confident going into the next game. That is a statement win. But I didn't say the cliche earlier. I'm going to say it now. It's only game 1. They have at least scored, Oakland University. So it's not like they went home empty-handed. But my goodness, do they have to sort out that defense front and center. It's way better to deny your opponents opportunities than trying to craft opportunities yourself, completely opening up the way for counterattacks.
I think part of the issue as well for Oakland University, you note the defense that needs to shape up, and I couldn't agree more. The issue is you're trying to mount a defense against such a dominant attack of Boise State. Something we'd like to talk about in NA Collegiate is the fact that these teams of Northwood, the Akrons, the top teams, Boise, a top squad in the West, is once you see them in their rhythm, that's when it's dangerous. So you want to do what you can best to disrupt. Go boost steal, go bump, do something to make sure they don't find that rhythm early. The issue is 6-1. Relic is this game number 1. That is the worst start to the story when you open up page 1 of our lower semifinals and see that result. So, turning the tides. It'll take a lot of manpower, but you got 3 players of Oakland University on that land buff to try and do it here. They just about will. Starting off in the lead yet again is Tysonic Boom.
I'm sorry, did someone press rewind and then just ran the same tape again? Tysonic Boom, 1-0 within the first 15 seconds. What on earth is going on? Boise State's got to figure out these early game kickoffs if they don't want to get embarrassed. But the thing is that we know how capable they are from their performance at the end, the beginning of game 1. They still scored 6 goals. They never looked back from this moment.
You'd be more right about that. For Oakland University, I mean, they're so close to scoring a second there. Actually have the possession from the last kickoff. A wonderful air dribble, so close to the dunk. How about a flip reset from Peep here on the dunk as well? Wow, Boise State on these goal line 50-50s are something else. The counterattacks as well. Off of the double post. How about that save from Tasonic Boom?
The dude is so cracked on defense. I can't even begin to explain how happy I am for him. The lone goal scorer as well for Oakland University. Save of the season. Both posts involved. And now down the other end, Oakland, Pete, they look to try and capitalize, but Preston's got enough in him to drive over the top. Woozy drives to the backboard to set up brilliant Durtho there, but underneath the ball, just the wrong place.
Goals are a little extra to purchase in game number 2. A sure premium as the defense has stood up to, I think, the test that you were asking for. Relic, well, maybe not. Double commit there, gonna result in a free Woozy ball, and he concedes possession immediately. Oh dear, we're playing a little volleyball here. Preston passes right to Woozy, and finally they break through.
See, how does this one go in? I mean, look, I can tell you why it goes in. It's the pure power. Lovely setup. Woozy. And you know what, actually? Tysonic Boom should have left that one. I was hyping him up so much, but Pete actually had the better chance of saying that. Despite being further back in the goal, it would have been a close-run thing, but it would have been a save nonetheless. And so tight game, Boise State back in it. Were they ever out of it? That's a question for now, because they might almost score a second. Pete with a big save. But Oakland University, they need to go one step further beyond. They've got to go Super Saiyan, because Boise State, they keep on ramping up the pressure.
Their offense needs to be studied because they're all working on one line. Is there ever a point where the Boise attack isn't supported by a passing play? If that ball reaches the face of the goal, there is somebody striking. And I can't tell you one more frustrating thing in Rocket League when there's an open pass across the net and no one's there to score. There to score is Woozy again as Boise continue the rampage.
There's no feeling bluesy for Woozy. Go one goal behind. Hey, we're going to just score 6 against you again. They really are looking to repeat the game 1 result. 3 minutes left on the board as well. Oakland University cannot believe their luck. Not necessarily in game. It's just the fact that they have to face Boise State.
Thing here. It was going to be difficult for so many teams as soon as they went to the lower bracket after round number 1, right? That's when we knew you better win your upper bracket matchups because there is a demon waiting below. And that is what Boise State have been. One more game and they'll get the lower finals, but they still got to pass through Oakland. They're doing so well so far. I want to see Oakland more on offense here, though, Relic, because we have players like Peep who can actually pop off. I've seen it all day long already. He was at the top of every high school tournament. Now he's here in Collegiate, ready to make a breakthrough performance. They need to give this player a chance.
I think Boise State needs to give Oakland University a chance. I'd love to see them on offense as well, but then Boise State out giving away the ball. If this was the minds of Moria, then they are the Balrog. They have so much fire and passion and determination in every action they take further up the field. Couldn't have put it better myself. Every single offensive maneuver feels supported. Case in point. Durtho makes it 4.
It's never a solo play. It can't be. I'm going to watch a replay and just to make sure, okay, no, there aren't 6 Boise State players on the field at once. Great. No, they just cover every avenue you could imagine. By the way, that is the bread and butter of Boise of Durtho, ready to cherry pick. He was actually on the ground this time. Normally, he's on your backboard, ready to knock it down like he is here, trying to set up yet another play.
Fear-mongering. Boise State got Oakland chasing shadows. And Durtho and Preston, they want to make another together. My goodness, they were close. The near post denying them, and Whale struggling in his own corner to even try and wrestle this away. It's left a peep, but look at that. Loses control of the ball. It's Preston. It's another shot. Easy enough, save for Tysonic Boom. But it is unrelenting from Boise State. 60 seconds left. At least it's not 6.
Oh, not yet, at least. Coming close here to the 5th they are. Whale offs this for Peep. Immediate flip reset to carry this through to the backboard, but Boise State, they were prepared for it. Midfield pass to, you guessed it, nobody. Follow-ups have not been as strong here from Oakland University as they have been from Boise, and not being able to dime up those passes has plagued them. Sonic Boom carries us through into the corner, searches for a bit more handling control of this game in the final 30.
That was really smart, but again, there's nobody there. There is someone there this time. But Whale meets the front bumper of Preston. Unfortunate. The Sonic Boom commits two, but look how quick, look how sharp the third is. Preston out from the back, all on his own. He gets a great shot on target. Whale with the save, and this is part of the Boise playbook. They managed to make these passing plays look simple. They managed to make goals look extravagant, but also well worked, completely premeditated. And every one of these actions otherwise, when they're out of possession, it burns so much time off the clock. You asked for more aggressiveness. You asked for more opportunity on the offense for Oakland University. Boise State ain't letting up. Oakland have to get stuck in.
I mean, we can talk about what I asked for. I want to talk about what you asked for, which was Oakland University shaping up the defense, which I would argue they did.
They did,
We just saw Preston try to get the double tap off the ceiling, then the flip reset goal. That should be a goal, lest we get a big, quick save from Oakland University. The game was tied as well, 1-1 for quite a stretch of time, even after overbearing attacks from Boise State. The defense is good, but no one will remember it, Relic, because the game was still 4-1. It makes you come back and think, because even if Oakland University have a timeout here and they used it, where do you go from here? I mean, you're still making incredible stops. We saw a double post save from Sonic Boom, and that's just the theme, Relic, is somehow it's still not enough.
The kick in the teeth is that Oakland University took the lead early on in both of these games. It's over the course of 5 minutes, they just get buried by the pressure from this Boise press and the rapidness that Boise can turn an Oakland attack into a scramble back to even try and make a save in the first place. The form book says 6 goals conceded in game number 1, 4 goals conceded in game number 2. That should mean 2 goals conceded in game number 3. They might still lose that Oakland University. They might still score first. Oakland University, they come mighty close off the kickoff again. But by my reckoning, Pyro, that means that 0 goals are going to be conceded in game number 4, and we have a series on our hands.
And I hate to say that I don't disagree, right? That first goal opportunity gone, and where does the next one even come? We could have a flip of the script here, and I'll be a happier man as casters. We love a long series. Well, forget it. You know what I like better is goals like these.
Every single goal, you're just sat back and saying, wow, this ain't just CRL good. This is championship series good. I often refrain from saying that because, you know, this is a very different division style of Rocket League to what that's a Venom.
It is.
I can't believe I remember that car name. I can't believe that Oakland University are going to score and equalize from behind. It's a new horizon.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing a Venom, we got a Gentlemates and an SSG decal on. I guess that was the combination needed for Oakland. Good corner pass into the immediate shot there. So, professional as it is, and as you like to call it, and I'm not going to stop you, Relic, because guess what, Boise, we're 1 step away from top 16 of North America twice this season already. But, you know, scrap that resume, shred it. Because shredding the defense right now is Oakland with a 2nd goal.
Given how good he is, I think that's possibly the worst touch that Dirtho has ever taken in his life, and it wasn't even that particularly egregious. He just didn't really, he was a little bit too far ahead of the ball, if you take my meaning. My goodness, is that a 3rd? Oh, I saw it is! I was making it! Boise State, what's happened?
Kings of the kickoff for Oakland University as Sonic Boom takes flight and completes the play. You think they're going to let that one get away from them, Relic? No way. They take advantage of every kickoff they can.
No, but Pyro, again, listen, my totally flawless logic. I said Boise State was only going to concede 2, or was only going to, sorry, Oakland University was only going to concede 2 goals this game, which means that Oakland University, in theory, you know, just the game theory, has already scored enough to go and win the game. Obviously, we wait and see, folks. We wait and see. But I gotta say, shout out to Tysonic Boom. Respect. I did not spot them initially. The titanium white shades topper on the top of that Venom. Respect. Full respect. And this would absolutely be the greatest, the crowning moment for that Venom car in any sort of Rocket League event if they were to get this game win over Boise.
Oh, if only, huh? If only. We got a friendly roll here off the post. Dirtho snipes the edge of the net here to make it a 1-point game. Boy, is that a friendly roll. And I couldn't agree more with the Venom. Problem is, style points don't equate in scoreboard points. I'm not gonna lie, the goals have been nice. It is probably the peak of the car body, but there's more peaking to be done. With 3 minutes on the clock, I love your game theory, Relic, but something tells me there's more to see from Boise.
Yeah, that more is conceding more goals to Oakland University off kickoff. They almost did. They almost did, but Woozy 1v1. Whale stands up strong. Almost, I mean, that was a double commit, really, but he gets away with it. Tysonic Boom gets away with it to the backboard, buying more time off the clock. They still have that all-important lead, but it looks perilous from here. It's a one-goal situation. We haven't even reached half-time. Long trip yet for Oakland University before they lock that first W in, if they can even lock that first W in. Preston! Oh, it's a lawnmower.
It is. It's a strong one too, as well. One that's been putting the reps in. Come on, muscle your way through there, Preston. It's almost humorous to me, Relic, because we're like, man, it's a long road for Oakland to win this game while they were leading. But you're so right. Boise at this point in the series, averaging 5 goals a game. We just expect it to come. Can't have those expectations quite yet from Oakland.
Incredibly, my logic incorrect. Cannot believe it, folks. But what I can believe is that Oakland University aren't done yet. They've had 2 good opportunities, but they're still looking for that 2-man setup rather than the single individual setup off the backboard. Ooh, wow, falling like an angel from the heavens. Pete pinches it out. Dirtho leaves it to Preston. Preston, no flip reset, but gets that second touch. It's Woozy who decides to go high. Should have looked to sneak it underneath the crossbar. Didn't even have the chance to do so. Lack of confidence, I very much doubt that much. Preston, he's full of confidence. Big block from Tysonic Boom. Pete, again, not much forward momentum here. Trying to sucker out Boise from that rotation. It's simply too strong. It's too structured. It's again another setup. Preston going wide, demo on Tysonic Boom. I keep on talking because they keep on threatening, but finally the pressure valve is opened, and Oakland University, although momentarily, can breathe a sigh of relief.
How long does that sigh last? How long can the lungs take to inflate once again? Because we're right back at it. Oh, that back pass to Woozy didn't quite go as planned, though. Tysonic Boom, wave dash pass to the backboard. Picking up well by Preston. And what a heater of a shot! Peep has to leap as the savior to make a pinch off the post for that save. I mentioned the structured and strong attack from Boise State. Part of that is the fuel that they're able to maintain. Their boost management, as each player on the offensive rotation spins around from the half-court line, has full boost. It is so suffocating for Oakland University. That's the reason why they're cooped up so far into their half. That's the reason any breakthrough at the halfway mark is a golden sign.
Here's a difference as well. Midfield line. Boise State can go 90 degrees up and still generate momentum. Oakland University, it's a stop, not a turnaround, not a 180. 30 seconds less than left. It's 3-3 on the scoreline. You imagine the next goal is going to be the winner. Whether it comes in regulation or overtime is to be debated. Preston past 1, not past 2. Woozy, great pinch, forces that entire Oakland press back to square 1. Oh, Whale playing with fire, but it's still getting hot. Peep, that's a little bit better. Throws it midfield. Tysonic Boom, can't reach it. Whale can't reach it! Preston with highway robbery!
Unbelievable! It is robbed! Preston, redirect into the net. It should have been an easy save from Whale. It should have never been a concession of possession from Oakland University, but that's what occurred. Boise State unrelenting, and the Game 3 victory. Match point for the take on to the lower finals.
Oh, Oakland University. My goodness. 3-1 lead. 4-3 result, and not in your favor either. I am heartbroken for them, because you can tell that by a country mile that was their best performance of the series so far. Still not enough, Pyro. Will it ever be enough against this Boise roster?
That's been the theme. That's been the theme. I have a hunch that it's no, but if we look at the trend lines, it could say yes, right? They've been closing the gap ever so slightly. 5-goal deficit, 3-goal deficit, 1-goal deficit. We may just have that 1-goal lead here in game number 4, but it's going to take a turnaround of epic proportions, Relic. I mean, you're looking at a best of 7 reverse sweep. I mean, at this point, Oakland University, they're just happy that 4th place is in the money.
Yes, I couldn't agree more with that. They might be at the ocean depths, but there is treasure at the ocean depths, and so they are at least, confirmed with that. I love that they were able to fight from behind. I love that they were able to score from open play, but it still feels like the largest collection of their goals comes straight off the back of kickoffs, which is never something that you really want to bank on if you want to extend your lead in a Rocket League series, because guess what? The kickoff period lasts 5 to 10 seconds in a 5-minute game. It's not exactly great, but it's what they have to work with right now. I think a better balance has been struck. But again, it's the question of all questions. Is it enough, Pyro?
Back on that balancing beam, as you mentioned, and you know what? I would, every single time I see the prowess of Oakland University on the defensive side, I would say, yes, it's enough. But Boise, they always find a way off their passing plays, off their electric shooting. But the sonic boom, so many times he's been good for the first goal. This time, not so much, as we're already 30 seconds into this game number 4. It'll be a pivotal moment for Oakland as they're already starting on the right side of the field.
I hate to be this picky, but you have to be with this caliber of Boise roster. You gotta sink that. The best players sink that. Sonic Boom, great player, fantastic player. But there's double committing players for Oakland University, but Boise still haven't dealt with it. Whale watching, it's like a movie playing out in front of him. Front row seats, popcorn out, but they've also left the theater, Boise State, and now they're looking for a refund.
I said it earlier. Most frustrating thing is a ball on the goal line and no one to finish the job. That's tough for Oakland University, a film that they particularly did not enjoy having to watch, not having the boost, not having the fuel to get there for the goal. Are they there for the save? They are. Was in position maybe to contest that, but had to go back for boost. Maybe have to contend this double tap. Woozy does go in for the shot, but this is a long clear. Durso, last defender, does kick it off the backboard. No double tap. There's a turnaround right to the goal, but it's off of the post. And Boise State staked their claim on defense, but I will say being battle-tested maybe more than in any game.
Crossbar, post, those are the biggest enemies of Oakland University thus far. Big save from Whale at the near post on the orange side of things. Dirtho tries to cruise through, but Sonic Boom says, no thank you, we're going to return to sender. Hits Preston here at the midfield line. Good drive through the corner, second touch, backboard. Again, finds a fortuitous touch, but Pete quick to react. And off his own backboard, Dirtho goes high. That's the right choice, but Woozy not ready to commit just yet. Couldn't agree with you more, Pyro. Far better looking on the balance side of things for Oakland University, but when will they throw the die? When will they go for that risky play to go ahead in this time?
It should have been then. I mean, we had the most awkward double commit from Boise State, leaving the net nearly open, and it's just not quick enough in the midfield for Oakland University. They're so strung out about defending this goal line, which they should be, especially right now. Peep guarding that double tap from Preston. They use so many resources just to make these saves. They're just not ready. Make the turnaround, the full counter. Suffocating still from Boise, and Oakland still searching for that exit.
Slowly but surely, Boise starting to look a little bit more like Boise. Dirk misses out on a potential opportunity that you usually see him taking. Peep upfield, that's actually on target. That's actually uncontested. Yes, don't change your glasses, everyone, or contact lenses, whatever your choice of optical speculation is. Oakland leads with less than 2 minutes to go.
Ooh, turn it around, Oakland. Make it happen. And I'll be honest, they did what we were asking for. Take that risk. Make that play. get the counterattack against an overbearing Boise who is leaving that net behind. They're so reliant on making the perfect reads and keeping the opponents corralled in their own end because they beat them to the punch every time in the midfield. There are those moments, those lapses where they expose those vulnerabilities. In Oakland, they took advantage of that. They could here again to Sonic Boom 1 defeat, and it's just a weak flick.
Oh, and it's too slow, and now there's a demo. Peep's gonna respawn just in time, but it's 1v1v Woozy. Oh my goodness, they tried to go for the up and around. Pyro, keep things simple. Stay on the ground. Why go the long route?
This is the difference maker here. Relic, I don't particularly mind the in-and-out save, I'll be honest. Like, Peep has to maybe expect an air dribble bump, and so going in and out, you can actually evade that more easily. My issue is Oakland had an open look. We're not able to make a good mechanical play in the 1v1, and Boise State certainly did. So that's the difference maker right now. It ties things up with a minute to go.
Oakland University, they have to be brave, they have to be courageous, and they can't be affording mistakes like that. There is no more margin for error, no room for mistouches. Dirtho Woozy! Oh, it's clinical, it is destructive, it is heartbreaking, but it's just the Boise way.
Nobody can see a caster's boost, but this is where we throw the notebook and the pen on the ground and just keep our hands up, flabbergasted. The vision from this team of Boise to make the most mechanical play, but not for the shot, for a selfless passing maneuver.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. The chemistry, the cohesion, it's unbeatable.
The explosions have initiated. The dam is broken. And now the stream comes flooding in. Oakland University. If I had a hat on, I would doff it to you. A sensational effort in game number 4, and yet beaten back, beaten back, beaten back again, and finally beaten in. Boise State with 2 goals to the good. 30 seconds left, Pyro. Still a slender chance for Oakland to make something happen here, and they will! 1-goal game. He makes it happen.
Talk about them being beaten back, but when your back is against the wall, sometimes that's where the heroes shine. I've been calling out Peep's name all day long. I've been waiting for this player to rise to the occasion. This is the time. This is the moment.
If ever you wanted to kick off, now's the time to Sonic Boom. That lurches out into the center. It's still dangerous. It's almost on target. And it's going to be shorted. No, it's not. Huge interception there. Dirtho brings it midfield. It's over the top of Whale. Crossbar. Woozy waits. He's actually beaten to the punch. Preston back, as is Sonic Boom. Misreads it. Woozy. Oh, not like this.
What? Oakland University, 9 seconds on the play, and you've got a counterattack to go for it. The Sonic Boom just finds them just ahead of the ball, nowhere really to go. And that is the game.
Wow.
An unorthodox ending here. Dirtho will kindly allow the clock to end. There you have it. Relic, you said beaten back, and there was resiliency out of this Oakland team. There's no doubt about that. The way the squad was able to make save after save after save, but that's because Boise presents such unrelenting possession and pressure. It puts you into a point where eventually you gotta break.
You know, for 3.5 minutes, despite the fact they only scored 1 goal as opposed to the 3, that was the best Oakland performance. They did save the best until last. The question has been answered, though, Pyro. It wasn't enough. Was it ever going to be enough? The big question mark over this Boise roster was how were they going to bounce back from losing to Maryville in that opening round? Well, they survived a pretty hairy scare against UT Dallas. But aside from that, they've made the rest of the bracket look as if it was always meant to be. One slip against Pescados, maybe, sure, that's a potentially, a chink in the armor for Oakland to look at, but defensively stable, well, no longer. They have left the castle in shambles. And look, we've got to give our credit to Oakland. They've made it to this stage. They've made it to top 4. It's still a great performance. Unfortunate that they had to run into one of the best teams in the competition, really.
Unfortunate is the best way to put it. As you mentioned earlier, tip of the cap there to Oakland University, because they are your 4th place winners, you can call it, because $750 in the bank for the Rally Cry Collegiate Series. And I was going to mention this as well as we take a look at the replays. You could make a highlight reel out of Oakland University's performance here. Their defensive plays, that double post save that Tasonic Boom had in game number 2. I mean, it was unbelievable, but as many defensive saves there were, Relic, there were that many more incredible goals from Boise.
You know, these are goal highlights, so we won't even see that double save. 100% one of the moments of the series. But every goal looked to be a spectacle for those opening 2 games, especially for Boise State. They make incredibly difficult passing maneuvers look like it's nothing. They generate. Oh, we did see the save. Good, excellent. I'm so glad that he kept it in. Shout out to Zoe Keat. Definitely one for the highlight books on that one. But yeah, they look like a team that is so in sync with each other that it will require. I mean, they are playing at the top of their game right now, and it's so. Unless you're a Maryville at this point, really, it's so difficult to see anybody else but them putting up a challenge and potentially taking them all the way to Game 7, let alone winning.
Right. And I think for Boise State as well, considering you're doubling up your prize pool for every stage you go next, right? You have 3rd place, 750. You have 2nd place, 1,500. You have 1st place, 3,000. You want to be in top form coming into this lower finals now that you've entered the top 3. So this really was the performance necessary from Boise State to say, hey, Maryville, remember us when we took you to Game 7 at the very beginning? Well, we're back. So, Relic, let's get on with it. We've got a rematch to get to.
Absolutely. Look, the highlights will keep on running. It was a very lengthy series, and we do want to give each of these goals their due, but we also have to hype up the show match of the day without a doubt. 4-3, the previous scoreline. Maryville eke out the win. But Boise are back, baby. Boise are looking brilliant, baby. And we hope that you, baby, won't be saying goodbye, baby blue, to us. We hope that you'll be joining us for that losers final. We're going to be determining 3rd. We're also going to be determining who heads into the March 16th grand final, the showdown to earn the lion's share of the $6,000 prize pool. Folks, we will see you there. We'll first of all say well done to Boise State. Again, a confirmation of the result. 48 shots, 14 saves. Actually, a lot of saves considering that Oakland University were practically buried in those opening 2. The 18 goals to 7. Yeah, kind of expected. But Pyro J, I'm so glad to have you along for the journey. I hope that all of you join us for this journey. We're going to wrap it up quickly. We want to get these players on the pitch. We'll see you soon as possible.
Our generation isn't turning away from the world's problems. Watch us fly ahead, rise to every challenge, and overcome anything. Watch us become the next greatest generation.